Welcome back to a special review with Aunt and Andrew, where family's everything.
Until it's not.
What are we reviewing, Aunt?
Oh my gosh. Last night, Andrew and I experienced the majesty, the wonder of the Countess Luann De
Marry,
Lesseps.
F, kill.
And how many times did I say marry F shag?
You kept saying that the whole time.
Maybe I want to shag two people and marry one and don't want to kill anybody. Maybe that's it. I want to tell you, if anybody has the chance to go see the Countess, she premiered her new show last night. It was the first time they were doing it in Boston at the Wilbur Theater. She came out at 7:30, no opening act, full on Luann.
Oh, I loved it. I mean, I thought it was fabulous. She
It
was
was,
so amazing. She looks glamorous. You know what it is? She said it a couple times. My only critique for her would be stop saying it's cabaret. It doesn't have to be perfect.
yeah.
Because you're drawing attention to yourself that it wasn't perfect. It was her first time doing that show.
Yeah.
I think the
Well,
thing
she
about
had
Cabaret,
wardrobe malfunctions. Oh,
she
she
did a
almost
couple
had a
times, but
few.
like it was
The
like she's
earring fell
so
off. The guy in we were in the how would you
we,
describe where we
we were
sat?
like on
We were
stage with
on
her.
stage basically.
Yeah.
We were in these like chair. We weren't in. It wasn't like theater chairs. It was like cafe chairs. It was done like a
Yeah, it was like
cabaret.
table like in
And
front. But I will say,
we each had one person in front of us who didn't. We were literally
okay, that no one
we
cares about this part
no,
of
no,
it.
no.
What?
But I'm
Yeah.
trying to say is that we saw all the stuff that the people up in the back didn't. So we saw when the earring came flying over, and she had a lot of little, and she almost lost her top.
I know, but she was so fun with it, the whole thing.
She was so good. You
So
know
I
what
don't think it's
I?
cabaret. I think it's Luann. That's was my point before you jumped in and like started telling about all the accessories falling off. Is that she is so good. She is the most glamorous, classy, messy
self
person I've ever seen in my life.
self-deprecating. Yeah,
She's
and
so good. She
yeah.
she literally looks like a debutante in the middle of I don't know, a hurricane. And literally has a way of rising from the ashes. Like I'm like she literally the earring can fall off. The dress can do this, do that,
Well,
or
the
proves this and
zipper
everything else.
was
She looked amazing. And let me tell you, I was so impressed with her vocals.
they were much better than I thought.
Ever. She was
Yeah,
good. And
yeah.
once she got going towards the end, some of those songs, I mean, we were so close that, like, let me tell you, there's no way that that this wasn't her. This is her.
No, it
She
was her.
sounded
It was her because
wonderful.
I was watching to see if there was a background track or anything.
Yeah.
And she would go off on her own little thing.
Amazing.
Yeah, because when she went back to these boots are made for walking,
Oh,
she went like back into it, and they were like da 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 her
you
band.
know what I also love? She didn't, we, that people asked about Joke and Joe Bradley. She said she'd fuck him instead
Yeah,
of, the others.
yeah,
She basically said that she did have sex with him, which I think
right,
everyone kind of knew.
yeah.
But some
It
people
was
would have
so
been
good.
like, next question, like all these different things.
No,
And there
she
was a
owns
moment
it.
when they asked her that question, and it was when she was fixing her earring. And
Yeah,
I thought she was saying that the microphone wasn't working. And I thought she was trying to dodge the question. And then she's like, well, forget about the earring. Then she's
yeah,
like, yep, okay. Who wants to know about Joe Bradley?
yeah.
I
She
loved
owned it.
that
Did she
because
owned it?
that is the part about cabaret is that it's not that things go wrong and it's okay. It's that things can go wrong and you can improvise and you can create an entertaining experience regardless. She did all the big hits. It was amazing. She did Miley Cyrus,
I
Flowers,
can bring myself
that's a
flower.
flowers. It was so good.
Tell him I was shading her because she started doing this. I can buy myself flowers.
Yeah,
And
I
I
know.
started doing it too.
I loved it. But I love how she weaves in the clips from past seasons. And
Oh,
one thing I saw from her last night that I was it touched me.
it touched
I
me.
could sense her gratitude. She was really, really grateful for a full house. She knew that some things had gone wrong.
Yeah.
Everyone was so supportive. And
Yeah.
honestly, like, I don't even want to harp on that a few things went wrong, but I think it's important to share because of the fact that, like, it was a brand new show and I'm thoroughly impressed that it was
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
also, like, I think we also have to remember that this isn't like a Broadway tour that has like a
No.
massive like staff that travels from
No. It's
show
a
to show.
pianist, it's a bass guitar, it's
They all work
drums.
hard. They're all going the whole time.
Yeah.
It is a real thing. She is, when I tell you that I gain so much respect for Luann,
Yeah.
when we see
Me.
these,
Totally.
the Tres Amigas and this one and that one and
Yeah.
this show
No.
and that show and the Grand Dame on Potomac, they're all
Mm-hmm.
tacky as all hell.
Yeah.
Luann is a real cabaret star.
Yeah.
She's a
She is.
star.
She is. No, she is. And she has just enough self-deprecation about her to realize she is not a Celine Dion out there.
No.
You know what I mean? And some people in her position, sometimes as you know, I don't have to tell you, the lesser the celebrity,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I would say she's C list or D.
I don't even like putting reality stars in
No,
that whole
but you
thing
know what I mean.
because she's
But
an A-list reality star.
she's A-list reality. Yeah, without
Yes.
a doubt. But sometimes they can think they're better than they are.
Yeah.
And they're actually sometimes the worst. Actually, the less of a celebrity you are, you think you're more special than the higher ones,
Totally.
But she's so self-deprecating and she owns it. And I'm going to tell you, she's a freaking Adonis or a goddess.
She's
She's
goddess.
she's goddess. I should Adonis is a guy, but she's tall and she has such presence. And then
Oh,
she wears 8-inch stripper heels. You know what I mean? It's like,
she's
I'm
just
6 feet tall. I'm going to be even taller. Like, I'm not
I
going
was
to
blown
wear
away.
something. Yeah, she was. I'm going to tell you, I loved her. I loved her before. I love her more now. We got a meet and greet with her. Hopefully we
Oh,
can share that. If you want to see it, it's
if
on
you
our
can try to get the
Instagram.
meet and greet pass when you go,
Do it. It's worth it.
go with your friends.
Yes.
If you drink heavily, it's
Oh,
enjoyable,
the
I'm
people
sure.
beside Andrew were actually, we were like in this 4
Six
people across
person.
from,
Oh
no, it was
yeah, 8
4
people,
across,
4 and
8.
4.
And the 2 girls beside Andrew, if you're out there,
They're listening, so I wouldn't shade anyone.
I'm just saying they were a
Well,
little,
they were wasted,
I was going to say they were a
but
little
they were
naked
real
wasted.
fun.
No, they were, everybody was fun.
Yeah,
Everybody was fun who sat with us. They all said they were going to follow us. So
yeah.
um, they were great, but they were like, I'm going to tell you, you go wear sequins, wear a statement necklace. That's what I did. And go have a few drinks. If you drink,
Yeah.
Andrew might have done something else.
I had a
And,
gummy.
okay. And just go to have a good time. It is a
It's a
good
party.
time. It's a party. It's a
And
party. It's like a
I
little
have to
Mardi Gras.
say,
The
I
only
don't
thing missing
know.
was her throwing out beads. Otherwise, it
I
was Mardi Gras.
actually would suggest to people too, if you have a group of 8 or you have a group of
Mhm.
6 or whatever the seating is, that would be fun. But I
Yeah.
also will say, if you can afford it, buy the VIP, sit at one of the tables, go with just one friend. And I'm telling
Yeah.
you, because you're gonna be around people that also like Bravo. So it's not like you're going
You're
to
not
like a
alone.
sports game or a
Yeah.
concert where there's
No.
music or sport. This is like
A
a
little
cultural
niche. Yeah.
phenomenon, like where
Right.
if you're in it, you're in it. If you're going to see Countess Luann live, these are your Bravo people. Like these are the
Yes.
people
Right.
that you would
It's
spend time with. She
yeah.
said some shady stuff.
Shady.
She said that
Shady.
Captain Jason was sleeping around at BravoCon with
Yep.
every
With
Who Dick and Harry
everybody.
there.
Yep.
I don't know if that's because
And
she tried to get with him and that he wouldn't be with her at BravoCon. I have
and
no idea, or if she was one of them, but she did not answer things. It was interactive.
yes.
Everything was wonderful. I have to
And
say that she just has a presence that is just it is hard to explain.
and there was no restriction on cell phone use.
Oh yeah.
Everybody was recording this, that, and the other thing. And she didn't care what she said.
Not
It
at all.
wasn't like, not once does she say, oh, I shouldn't have said that. You're all recording or whatever. No, she didn't care. Every single thing she said, she owned it. She spoke very freely.
Yes.
And I said it to Andrew. I think she would have went on for another 5 hours if they let her,
Yeah,
because she just loved being on stage and she's really a natural performer.
she is. And she could not believe that you were older than her.
I know. And I told her I was older. And then I told her I loved her when we met her, that I loved her nursing skills when the toe was bleeding on the, and then she went right into it. She loved, I don't even remember what she said, because I was just, I was in the euphoria of of being with the Countess.
Well,
But
we
she
love a
said
good nurse.
she was like, "Oh, and my nursing skills came into use then."
Yes, she was just phenomenal. We highly recommend
Highly
10
recommend.
stars out of 10. Catch
10,
her in your
11.
city if you can, because
Go
you
see
might
Luann.
not be able to. So
Listen, if you can, go see Luann.
we love, love, love Lou. So, anywho, thanks, y'all.